Hello friends, and welcome to today's video where we're going to talk about Replay in honor of SHINee Week. I know it's not actually SHINee's anniversary today, but I celebrate SHINee Week now. Like, when I first got into SHINee and first got into K-pop, I would celebrate SHINee Day, and I would just listen to their entire discography that day. Since then, they've released, like, either as a group or as soloists, like, 10 albums. So I don't have time for that anymore. I really don't. Like, I have a week now. I give myself a week to listen to SHINee's entire discography, and it's fun. I'd highly recommend it. But the point is, this is SHINee Week, and in honor of SHINee Week, we're reviewing their debut album, Replay. Before I actually talk about SHINee, though, I hit 200 subscribers, which feels nuts, because that feels like... I was thinking about it, right? I was talking to the bestie, and I was saying how, like, I work at a place that has 200 employees. Like, I have had times where I've been in a room with 200 people. I've helped run events that have had more than 200 people. I've done check-in for said events and spoken to more than 200 people in a single evening. But then I think about it again and I'm like, that's so many people to just listen to me scream on the internet about music. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I love you all so very much. And it just means the world to me that you chose to subscribe. Anyway, now let's actually go over how this is going to work. I am going to run through the track list, give you my thoughts on each song, and then I'm going to give this album a score out of 10 at the end. However, I do have a disclaimer before we continue, which is my standard one. Everything I say in this video is just my opinion. You do not have to agree with my opinion because, as the mug always says, music is subjective, and that is great. Okay, now that we have all of that out of the way, we can get started with the icon herself, the song that changed the entire music industry and got us the closest to world peace. It is the title track, my favorite song on this album, and the greatest debut song of all time, Miss Replay. So, Replay. I've had a very tumultuous relationship with this song over the years. Like, there were eras where I was literally not emotionally capable of listening to this song. There were eras where I listened to this song on loop. And then there were eras where I was the sanest and I just listened to the song like a normal person. But we've done it all when it comes to Replay. And if you ask me, definitely a timeless classic. I really like this song. I think it holds up in pretty much every way, in spite of the fact that this song is old enough to be in high school. But let's actually talk about the song itself now, shall we? Right off the bat, the background music, absolutely iconic. The opening is for sure a classic, but really just all around this background music is giving. As for the verses, they're great. None of them do too much and mess up the vibes of the song, which I really appreciate. They all hit to just that perfect extent, and I love them so much. Next, the bridge. Absolute slay behavior. This bridge is nothing short of exceptional and is, I would probably say, a perfect bridge. The pre-chorus is excellent too. It gets me so ready for the chorus and does pretty much everything I could really ask a pre-chorus to do. And speaking of the chorus, absolute masterpiece right there. This chorus is absolutely timeless and absolutely iconic, and it really does hold up in a lot of ways, which I think is very impressive. This is also my favorite part of the song. I should have mentioned that. The chorus, best part of the song, but like it really does hold up, which is very impressive when you consider the fact that this song came out 15 years ago. I was 9 years old. Like, I don't know if this would work in a debut song today. I think for a debut, especially with boy groups in the modern day, it probably wouldn't hit to the same extent. But for a B-side, if they put this in a B-side on a debut album, people would be in shambles. Big picture, I'm not going to say this is SHINee's best title. And from a musical standpoint, I probably wouldn't even put it top 5. However, emotionally, I just have had such a relationship with this song. Like, I remember having a minor breakdown when I saw it live. It's just, the love I have in my heart for this song bumps it up easily to top 3. Anyway, next up we have In My Room, which is our obligatory ballad on this album, and also, because this is their debut album, holds the very impressive distinction of being the first ever SHINee ballad, and as a SHINee ballad lover, I appreciate that. However, as a song, you can tell it's SHINee's first ballad. I don't mean to say that I don't like the song. It's still very good, but it's just in comparison to later ballads they've done, it's just nowhere near that level. It also doesn't help that this is a lot more of like a vibe your soul out ballad instead of a belt your heart out ballad. And I know SHINee can slay a belt your heart out ballad. I personally enjoy belt your heart out ballads a lot more. So like for me, that just doesn't really help. I would have preferred if it was a lot beltier. That said, there are a lot of parts of this song that I enjoy, particularly though the chorus. I think this is one of SHINee's prettiest choruses in their entire catalog. There's just something about it. It's so soothing and it's so nice, and I love it so much. Also, I was unaware that this is not a group-wide song. Like, I probably knew at a time when I was first getting into SHINee and learning everything I could possibly learn, but the modern day version of Simon forgot this fact. Like, this is just Jonghyun, Jinki, and Key. The other two members aren't in the song. They have later done live versions of the song with all five, but originally it was just the three, and if you know me, you know, I love a good unit song. I'm always here for a unit song, so it gets extra credit for that. Next up, we have Real. Now, this song is the closest thing we have on this album to like a full-fledged pop moment, and as a pop girly, I'm here for it. Firstly, the background music is doing everything I could possibly ask. It's so bright and fun, but still does sound uniquely SHINee. Like, it has that SHINee sound to the extent that I would argue this song low-key could have been on, like, Sherlock or even Misconceptions, at least Dreamgirls Misconceptions, without missing a beat. As for the rest of the song, it's great too. I really like the verses, the pre-chorus is amazing, and the bridge is a whole moment. The chorus, though, that's the best part if you ask me. It's so fun and poppy and bright and cute and just, I love this chorus so much, and I don't listen to it enough, which is my goal for myself for this coming year. Like next SHINee week, I want to say that I've listened to this song a lot more. We have reached the penultimate song on this album, Love Should Go On. Now, I want to stress before I say anything else, I do enjoy this song to a certain extent. However, if you ask me, this is probably the weakest song on the album. Again, that does not mean that this song is bad. I do enjoy this song. However, it feels left over from when SHINee was supposed to be a hip-hop group. Like, to be fair, they do a lot of different genres on this album, but this is the hip-hop song, and given the fact that I am aware of the fact that SM thought SHINee couldn't sing and was going to make them a hip-hop group, like, it feels left over, and it doesn't hold up to the same extent as the other songs on this album. That said, let's talk about something I enjoy, which is the chorus. This chorus is gorgeous. I love it. The vocals are slang, and the Love Forever, Live Forever line lives in my head rent-free to this day. Like, I think about it randomly for no reason all the time. While the rest of the song, not bad again, don't get me wrong, not a bad song. It's not on the same level as anything else on this album. Like, it's a very rap-heavy song, okay? That's my gripe with it. SHINee should be a vocal group. It's a very rap-heavy song. They even make Taemin rap. And while in the modern day, I'm totally here for a Taemin rap. Drip Drop, phenomenal song. 2008 rapper Taemin feels like a crime. Anyway, last but not least, we have the Replay Boom track, which is a very cool remix of Replay. I will concede that. However, as someone who hates when people do a standard cover of Replay, like, I don't like when other people touch Replay. Replay is sacred. It's not for me, to say the least. Like, this remix is not for me. Like, it could just be that I've heard the original too much, but it sounds wrong in my brain when I hear this remix. There's something that just, the synapses aren't working. My brain says it's wrong and starts to shut down. It's just, this remix is not for me. We're gonna leave it at that and move on. Alrighty, it's score time, and overall, I'm gonna give this album a 9.8 out of 10. Now, emotionally speaking, I must give you the warning. I would give this album like a 73 out of 10. I have a deep emotional love for this album, but musically, it's a little bit messy. I do get that they're experimenting with sounds, and I do appreciate when groups experiment with their sound, especially on their debut album when you don't really have a set sound. The problem is, this album has 5 songs, and I could comfortably say it has 5 genres. Like, you have everything from hip-hop, R&B, pop, an EDM remix, and a ballad. Like, you have, it's all over the place, and it's a little bit messy. Luckily, the songs are all good, and for the most part, they all hit. And it's also just an amazing album in general, in spite of the messiness of it. So yeah, 9.8 out of 10. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment your thoughts on this album down below. Let me know what your favorite song is. You can also like and subscribe if you want to or don't. I will be okay either way. And if you want to hear more from me, you can follow me on Twitter at @s_reviews. I will leave that in the description along with every other SHINee review that I've done. And my 3-part history of SHINee, which at this point is a little bit outdated, but it'll be down there. It's just, I sit down and I run through the history of SHINee. You can watch it if you want to. You can check all that out if you so choose. But yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!